London, one of them days, a comedy of errors, female buddy movie starring Kiki Palmer, who was fantastic in Nope, and Scissor, directed by Lawrence Lamont from a pretty sharp screenplay by Sarita Singleton. Apparently, it is, and I'm just reading this because it's what it says it is, the first theatrical R-rated female black comedy since Girls Trip. R-rated, obviously, in America. So Kiki Palmer is Drew, spelled Drex, who lives with her artist friend Alyssa, played by Scissor, in a rundown apartment block in which, bits of the ceiling are falling in, and they are on the brink of being evicted. They owe the rent, but Alyssa gave the rent to her wastrel boyfriend, Keyshawn, who promptly ran off with it, didn't give it to the person he was meant to give it to. So the setup is they've got until 6 o'clock to either find Keyshawn, who is shacked up with Bernice at this point, and get the money off him before he spends it, or if he doesn't have it, and it's not a plot spoiler to say, guess what, he doesn't, to raise the money. So they run around in a series of sort of half thought out ideas to get the money. They go to a hospital to try to sell their blood. There's a job interview that might solve everything. They at one point they go to a payday loan place, which has sky high interests. Here's a clip.
You want a loan?
What are the interest rates?
There.
Damn, I thought that was the year of establishment.
If you don't have the money this month, you're not gonna have it next month.
Is he here every day?
My business associate here has just run into some
Occupation.
I'm an artist.
I paint nails, houses, inner, outer.
Some other shit, but
I thought you give loans to anybody. Yeah, anybody with some proof of income.
I do work at a diner. I'm a waitress. I make a steady paycheck. Full disclosure, my credit score is currently Are you having a heart attack?
I've never seen a credit score this low.
So after they get initially refused credit, they then try and sell some sneakers that are hanging from a power line. People throw the sneakers up onto the thing and they hang over the streets, but thereby aggravating the local gangster. So everything they do leads to a kind of more and more catastrophic next thing. So it's a comedy of errors. The film cost about 14 million and has taken something like 50. So it's a big success. I don't know that it's likely to repeat that success here because it does feel very much like an American comedy, and I'm not entirely sure that it's gonna have such a successful result here. That said, I laughed a lot, and the 6 laughs test was passed very, very early on. There is great chemistry between the two leads. There's a kind of gross out chaos to it, in as much as you remember the bit in Bridesmaids when they eat the food and then they're all sort of violently vomiting and pooing, and there's a sort of version of that scene in the blood bank. Not that that's not what they do, but there is a scene in the blood bank which is a kind of gross out sort of splattery moment. So it has that. But essentially what it has is this sparky interaction between the two leads who clearly have a lot of on-screen chemistry, and the script is pretty sharp. So I don't know that it's going to be a runaway hit here, but I laughed. And it was, bear in mind, I watched it at 1 o'clock the day after having been up for a day and a night and then doing the Oscars recording. And then so it was asking for me to fall asleep, and I didn't. Not only did I not fall asleep, I laughed pretty solidly.
Maybe you were just delirious.
Well, there is always that.